Welcome to this last day of the World Ski Orienteering Championships here in Kemi-Keminmaa. Finland has, for the 5th time in a row, been selected the happiest country in the world, and this will be a happy ending also for the World Championships. A fun, fast and finish day here in Keminmaa.
Yes, certainly, at least we hope so, that the happiness will be the emotion that's reigning over the event center after this race. The sprint relay is the distance that was selected for the World Championships program in 2011 for the first time, with the aim that ski orienteering would one day become an Olympic sport. And here we can see the statistics for today's relay.
So we have two competitors in each team, one man and one woman, and they each race their leg 3 times. So all in all, 6 legs in this relay, and a very fast one. We expect the race to be over in about 40 minutes.
Yeah, something like that, and of course ladies will be starting, so women will be the first runners in each team, and men will be running the last legs. So actually ski orienteering was I think it was the first sport to combine men and women in same teams. Biathlon came right after that, and actually only this year the cross-country skiers tried it for the first time.
Right, forerunner in that way. The weather, as you can see, is a bit windy, about 7-8 meters per second. The temperature is right above freezing, about +1, +2 in Celsius. That's about 35 in Fahrenheit. But the tracks are in excellent condition. You were out there just a moment ago and enjoyed it.
Yes, really much. The tracks are quite hard and really glidey, and we expect to have fast conditions today.
All tracks were prepared again last evening.
What are the keys for victory today?
Absolutely no mistakes can be made. We have seen earlier this week that it can be 1 second that makes the difference between first and second place. And now with the sprint relay, there will be very tight competition, and we hope that we get the power from the cheering fans at the stadium if we need.
Finland has been doing very well in these competitions. How come?
At least I've been training extremely hard for these competitions, and it's very nice to see that the hard work pays off now, and we have got those results we wanted.
Yeah, the Finnish team leader ought to be very happy. The Finnish team have gained 1 gold medal, 4 silver medals and 1 bronze medal in these competitions. A little bit more than Sweden, but these both teams have been the dominating ones in these competitions. But we have a lot of other teams today that are very good, in very good shape. And Miroslav, what are the chances for Austria today?
For us, top 6 would be a perfect result. Satisfying is top 10. We have a young team and we are getting experiences, so that would be fine for us.
So you also collect experiences for the next World Championships, which will be held in 2 years in Austria. What will be different then?
It will be held in Austria, Ramsau. It will be located in the center of the Alps. There will be gorgeous view on the Dachstein. And from the sporting point of view, we try to make it as well as it make here in Finland. And we try to make it as a nice event, like with everything. We have great stadium over there, and I hope it will be a great event.
Yeah, good thoughts from the Austrian Federation, who are organizing the next ski orienteering World Championships. And like he said, Ramsau, Dachstein.
Starting with number 1 is Sweden and Linda Lindqvist. And we know that Linda Lindqvist has been doing very well in these competitions. 1 gold medal and 1 silver medal already. And she's racing together with Rasmus Wikbom. Linda Lindqvist's parents are also here at the competition center, and her boyfriend Josef is cheering at her also.
It's always nice to compete when you have your family and friends around you and cheering at you. Lots of, or let's say many stone-hard teams starting today. Mostly with these smaller numbers, but also we have some strong second teams like Finland and Norway. But first team, Sweden.
This is thus Linda Lindqvist, and she won the gold medal in the pursuit and a silver medal in the middle race. And behind her with number 7 we can see also Stefania Corradini, who is competing with her brother Francesco Corradini. They live in Val di Fiemme, where the Olympics will be held in 4 years, and Stefania is a big contester to be in the Italian ski team in the Olympics.
And here Daisy Kudryashnyder, very strong week behind. 2 gold medals, sprint and middle distance.
And with number 3, Norway, Anna Ulvensøen, she also has her family here. Her boyfriend Vegar's daddy, girlfriend and aunts in the place.
And also bronze medalist from pursuit.
Finland's Salla Koskela, she has her 2 most important things in life, Jussi, her boyfriend, and the dog Elmo. Jussi is on the place, Elmo not.
Yeah. And competing with Tuomas Kotro, both double medalists, or actually Kotro has 3 medals from this week.
Petra Fiala is happily married since half a year ago. She was earlier Petra Hanchava, competing together with Peter Horvat. And Eliane Deininger, she is studying geography and natural hazards, the future of the ecology and the earth, at home in Bern, or now at least she is living in Bern, competing together with Nicola Müller.
Also a strong team. It's impossible to say who of these will be in the lead after the 6 legs to come.
And we have 22 teams competing here. The skiers have gotten their maps, but they can put the maps in the map holders when it's 15 seconds left. That's now.
Yes. And now they have some seconds to read the first leg and waiting for the start. And here we go. And this is very intensive. The skiers go under the bridge and the starting point is quite soon after that, and already from the beginning the course will be forked into 3 different sections.
They of course don't know that, we know it.
Well, I believe they can guess that too, but of course to how many sections they cannot possibly know. And here we see all the ladies are starting up the hill, but here we can see the first route choices made. Some athletes should take this left choice.
And the first team going up the hill is Estonia.
Yes, and now we get to see the course, and so there is 3 different forkings, and as you can see, this one with a longer first control, this is the one that has to be taken to the left right after the start. In the ending part there is familiar TV control from the sprint from Tuesday. Today we don't get TV footage from there, but we have a skiing camera up the hill, so some picture. And then we have this ending loop here close to the arena. Some new terrain for the athletes.
So, and spectator control, and right after the spectator control, 2 more controls, and then we will be coming to the exchange.
And here we get to see skiing camera was following the athletes but chose to move into a better position. And here we see some different forkings and route choices. Actually, there are not that many control legs with actual route choices. This is more like technical execution of fluent orienteering.
Salla Koskela, Finland's first team, and there we can see that she is taking another route choice than the other teams.
And this is Sonja Mörsky from
right.
Finnish team number 2.
Same
and
dress.
Here we get to see a little bit different route choices made by Sonja. So there are lots of wide tracks today. 50% of the tracks in the map are now these wide tracks, but actually, as you can see, perhaps even 80% of the skiing is happening on the wide track. So this is very fast competition. You only go between those wide tracks momentarily on the narrow tracks. And here we get the first TV footage and see who is in the lead. And it looks like Norway is leading the competition at this point.
Yeah.
No, that
Italia.
was Italy.
Italy. Stefania Corradini.
And the Corradinis have been competing in sprint relays quite a lot because they have been in student world championships, Universiade, European championships, world championships, World Cups. They are familiar with this type of competition.
Stefania and Francesco, that's brother and sister competing together again here in the World Championships.
And there are not that huge differences yet amongst the top 10 athletes. 15 seconds, maybe due to differences in the forkings at this point.
And here we saw Sonja Mörsky now in 15th place.
And here we get to see this
Stefania taking the left route and seems to be leading the competition here at the
I believe
control.
this.
But they have, of course, fork
There is
controls.
forking, yes. And I think this this longest leg that comes to the bottom of the pit, that is the fastest forking if you take it from the left, as we saw Italia do it.
And there was Daisy Kudre-Schneider and Italy.
And here we get to see they are coming downhill, the same hill that they have twice been climbing up, so it's very steep and very fast, and you really have to know where to go after that hill.
So Estonia, Italy and Swedish second team going out for the small loop here after the spectator control.
And the last controls are here, all the way visible for the audience to see. Only on the last leg the men are going to visit the forest momentarily in the end.
And the skiers right here at the arena so everybody can see them.
And here we
With
can
still
see
Estonia still leading.
Daisy Kudresnider leading the top three to the first exchange.
And Sweden's second team with Magdalena Olsson right behind her and Stefania Corradini. The three first teams very close. And of course, all the teams are very close here at the first exchange still.
And here we saw Corradini take the lead right at the end of her leg, and now the men are starting for the first time to their first loop.
So Italy, Estonia, Sweden's second team, Sweden's first team, Finland, Norway and Lithuania. The first 7 teams, Norway's second team, Switzerland. And for Italy's first team, that's Francesco Corradini that is continuing. For Estonia, Mattis Jaama, and for Sweden's second team it is Linus Rapp that is here going out for the first men's leg.
And this is often overlooked moment when it comes to training. The map, to getting your map into your map holder, these are kind of easy seconds to lose or gain during a competition. And now we saw that most of the men were starting to the left route choice. There is a slight difference in the first controls of the men's legs, and soon I believe we will get to see the GPS map from the men's legs as well.
The snow today is in very good condition, not icy at all. It's a snow covered and very fast, and a surface that is giving you a lot of strength for these legs.
Yes, and here we see the two controls are the same as women had, but there is this one first control that Sweden 2, Finland and was it well, at least those were going to the most left control.
Jörgen Backlid instead had the middle control of these ones, and he made a shortcut to make it much faster to his control than the other ones to their controls. And again a shortcut. Jörgen Backlid, who has been doing very well in these competitions with 1 gold medal and 2 fourth places, is of course
and now
very eager to get another medal.
He's doing very fluently at the moment, and possibly he's in the lead. Yeah, so it would seem at this point. Of course, there are differences in the forkings.
But both Sweden 1, Sweden 2 and Finland's first team had a longer route choice or longer leg here. It will be only the next control that is the same one for everyone.
Yes. And now small hesitation by Backlid here.
And Mattis Jaama from Estonia right behind him.
Yes. Good looking work.
And here, the first TV control in the men's first leg, or the leg 2 of this competition. Jörgen and Mattis, 2 seconds from each other. Then we have Switzerland, and that is Nicola Müller. And then Sweden's 2, Linus Rapp, Sweden's first team.
Rasmus Wikbom, and after him Tuomas Kotro.
Right you are.
And Finland won.
And Francesco still only 26 seconds behind the leader Jörgen Backlid. And
traditionally, sprint relay has been a very, very strong distance for Sweden. Let's see, they are now quite equally at the moment. Wikbom and Rapp taking the relay at this point. Ville-Petri Saarela, world champion of sprint distance on Tuesday.
And still Jörgen Backlid and Norway here at the spectator control, and going out for the small loop here right at the arena, followed by Linus Rapp in Sweden, Switzerland, Nicola Müller, Estonia, Mattis Jaama, and Sweden's first team Rasmus Wikbom.
It is quite difficult to make any. Norway is doing a mistake here, and now the others are gaining upon him. This is a place where it's very, very difficult to bypass an athlete in front of you. The tracks are narrow, so basically it's impossible to get past until you come to this last section with the wider track. But then again, there are curves.
So 5 teams right now, with a small gap ahead of Finland, the 6th team. But Jörgen Backlid from Norway leading this competition, and he hands over now again to Anna Ulvensöen for the 3rd leg.
Now there is a bit of a gap between these top 5 and the chasers, and it's Tuomas Kotro who is now struggling and taking the wrong route. He missed the route to the changeover. He was already coming to the finish, but luckily he noticed it before he skied too far. But now arriving to the changeover.
27 seconds is pretty much, though, in a sprint competition.
At this moment, Finland is a little bit far from the top 5.
In 7th place, that's Bulgaria, followed by Norway's 2nd team, Finland's 2nd team, Italy, and Lithuania.
And now again, ladies in the uphill, and most of them heading straight up. Koskela has the possibility to try and ski the group ahead and narrow the gap in his uphill. She is very strong skier, and this is an easy orienteering part in this uphill. So I think the only strategy she can now use is to push as hard as she can.
Latvia with Janis Baunis handing over to Julia Matvienko, who has also participated in many biathlon World Cups.
And now we get to follow the maybe the top 3 of the ladies' second loop here, and Anna Ulvensön, I think, is leading the queue at the moment.
Yes, for Norway.
They
right.
seem to have the same forking now. It can be beneficial for them because in a group it's easier to maintain higher speed. You kind of push each other forward by creating a little bit of pressure, but also it's possible to make mistakes when you're in a group.
And right ahead of us here in place number 3 is Daisy Kurdeschnider, Estonia.
But actually Sweden is in the lead because the forking of Sweden 1 was a bit shorter here in the beginning.
So that is Linda Lindqvist, who is
Lindqvist
going to her forking.
Just going to the first control now.
Right. Switzerland with Eliane Deininger is very well seeing how Norway, Estonia and Sweden's second team are going, the ones we are following on the screen. Finland, Salla Koskela, is taking her own course, and there is Italy's Stefania Corradini following Salla. So we're again here at the TV control, and Linda Lindqvist and Sweden 1 ahead of Sweden 2 and Magdalena Olsson, and Estonia, the first team was of course Norway, and Sweden is here in 4th place. So Anna Ulvensön, that was in 1st place.
Yes.
Norway, Sweden's second team, Estonia and Sweden's first team, and here we have Switzerland with Eliane Deininger.
And very soon the ladies are already coming down the hill into the arena, passing for the second time. And here we see Norway having the fastest forking here.
And it was 27 seconds at the changeover. It's 46 seconds now for Finland up to the leaders.
And 52 seconds for Jenny Backlid and Norway's second team. Of course, only one team per country will be included in the final result, so the better team is deciding the position of a nation. Here they come.
Norway, and right behind Norway we have Bulgaria's second team, but they are one leg behind, followed by Sweden, Linda Lindqvist,
and Sweden too, Magdalena
Olsson and Daisy Kurdeschnider.
Norway is now gaining a little bit because they had, I think they had 2 times these quite faster forking in a row, so now they are a little bit ahead, but of course the forkings will be equal in the end, and only in the last loop we will actually see what is the situation.
Right. In 5th place at this moment Switzerland, and in 6th place Finland, and followed here by Norway's second team. But Norway's first team, and Anna Ulvensön again ready to hand over to Jörgen Backlid for the 4th leg. And Jörgen was very fast in his first leg.
Yes, and now he gets to do his own job, so to say, because there is a bit of a gap between Norway and Sweden. That's coming second, and usually when you are in good condition, good shape, strong skier, and you have your own space, you get to focus to your own orienteering. That can't be bad.
Thus 5 seconds between Norway's first team and Sweden's first team, and Sweden's second team here again with Linus Rapp in 3rd place and Estonia in 4th place. And the difference down to Switzerland. Let's see how much there is a difference. Nicola Müller is ready, and so is Finland with Tuomas Kotro. 40 seconds, a little bit less than it was at the TV control. Salla was making a good last loop, but 40 seconds up to the leading 4 teams.
And I don't think there were any big decisive mistakes made, but this is so hectic and fast competition. In this, really small things matter. It can be some 2 seconds hesitation at the wrong point and you drop from the queue that's keeping good pace, and after that the difference grows.
We see that Nicola Müller was the fastest man on the second leg, the men's first leg, possibly due to a shorter forking, but we also know that Jürgen Backlid was hesitating at least at 1.12 seconds perhaps, but he's also a very fast skier.
Now we get to see there is this possibility to make shortcuts, and Estonia is using this to their advantage. The route to this first control that the Estonia is heading towards now, if you want to stay on the tracks, you have to go quite a bit around. But Estonia found this possibility to cut through the forest, and we went to see this area this morning, and there were some shortcuts already. So I think Estonia is now gaining quite a bit by taking this route choice.
That's Mattis Jaama on the fourth leg. Now we're already past half of the competition, and Jürgen Backlid from Norway is chased by Rasmus Wikbom in Sweden's first team and Linus Rapp in Sweden's second team. Mattis Jaama in Estonia going his own way, and Finland's Tuomas Kotro is right there in between them, and Switzerland Nicola Müller close to Finland. And the fast skier coming to the control is Norway, Jürgen Backlid. At the same time, Germany's first team at the control, but they are on the former leg. 9 seconds to Sweden's first team and 12 to Sweden's second team. And is it Switzerland, Estonia or Finland that will be the next team here?
This is Estonia, and after that, yes, Finland, Tuomas Kotro.
And the difference was 40 seconds at the last changeover, a little bit less, but Mattis Jaama and Tuomas Kotro right now are fighting half a minute behind the leader, Norway's Jürgen Backlid.
Yes, and about 20 seconds behind Sweden's second team, which is now the bronze medal at the moment.
And coming down the hill and out to the spectator control, Jürgen Backlid, Sweden's first team and Sweden's second team, not far from each other at all.
No, very close to each other actually. But the situation is looking very good for Norway at the moment. Now they are making shortcut through the snow on the open area.
Yep,
So
a good shortcut, it seemed.
yes,
And Estonia and Finland coming here.
and it seems that Jaama has had a little bit faster forking at the ending part because he has gained some seconds compared to Tuomas Kotro.
But Buckley here leading the competition, and for the last time Anna Ulvensöen is going out, her boyfriend Vegard cheering at her.
And now the first lady Anna Ulvensöen heading to her last leg, the second last leg of this competition, and at this point we start to see what the real situation is.
And Linda Lindqvist continues for Sweden first team, and Magdalena Olsson is continuing for Sweden and their second team. 11 and 18 seconds now. Jörgen Backlid was doing a very good last forking and the last loop here to make the difference bigger again. Estonia 42 seconds behind, and Finland first team, the Finnish team with Tuomas Kotro.
Now the difference is growing all the time. So
58 seconds, you're right.
yes, doesn't look so good for the Finnish team at the moment.
And after Finland we have Norway's second team, Henrik Fredriksen Aas, and Switzerland, Nicola Müller. Now 1:11 and 1:15 behind the leaders. Finland's second team, Ville-Petteri Saarela. And Ville-Petteri hands over to Sonja Mörsky.
Once more the women climbing the uphill to their first controls, and now Daisy Kudresnieder taking the left, which means that she probably has that left forking.
So after this leg, all the ladies have done all their 3 different map routes and maps and courses. Norway's Anna Ulvensöen is proceeding as the first team still here in the competition.
And here we see these edges of this earth-banked pits can be very steep, and they slow you down. Some ski orienteers are technically so skillful and so strong in their legs that they can actually even speed up in those short, steep. Oi! Ulvensöen taking a little ground touch, so to say.
A snow dive, and Sweden is closing in on her. Sweden's first team with Linda Lindqvist. Linda perhaps didn't see that dive, but she is now seeing more and more of Ulvensöen.
Yeah.
Daisy Kudresnieder taking the left turn altogether, having another forking than Sweden and Norway.
And it seems that Finland also has the same forking. Or yes. And again some cutting in the corners of the crossings.
So let's see now what happens when we are approaching the TV control. Is it still Norway and Anna Ulvensöen? Oh yes, it's very much Norway's dress.
and should be followed by Sweden and Linda Lindqvist quite soon, and yes, here she comes.
And the difference now 8 seconds. About the same as it was at the changeover. And Sweden's second team.
And Daisy Kudresnider has taken the Estonia back to medal fight here.
And in
Switzerland. Oh no, it was Japan's team, and they are one leg behind.
Yuki Ishihara on the fourth leg for Japan.
And now Salla Koskela approaching, taking the Finnish team, and 52 seconds behind.
It was a minute, so still the three medalists, Norway, Sweden and Estonia, quite some distance ahead of Finland.
Yes, and at this point it seems that the medals, unless they make some bigger mistakes, the medals should be decided by those three.
And no problem for Anna Ulvensöen here on her last leg. Very fast skiing from her, although she made that dive in the snow. And this is Sweden's second team and Sweden's first team. So Anna Olsson, Magdalena Olsson here, has passed Linda Lindqvist and the Sweden's first team, and also left Estonia. Olsson was together with Daisy Kudresnider. A shortcut, but she made it.
Yes, at least she didn't fall.
Estonia, this is Japan's men, and after them, is that Finland coming down the hill already after Japan?
Should be. And actually, Estonia is now where the bronze medal is going, because of course the only one of the Swedish teams will be counted in the final result. So that is where the medals are going, and if Finland wants to fight for them.
Still one more leg.
Yes.
Here we have Norway leading the competition for the last leg, for the last changeover. Anna Ulvensöen handing over to Jörgen Backlid, and the difference between Norway and Sweden's second team is even bigger now than it was at the changeover. So Jörgen Backlid has a beautiful race ahead of him. The difference 12 seconds to Sweden's second team, and Linus Rapp going out here for Sweden's second team, and in Sweden's first team Rasmus Wickbom. It will be close also between the Swedish teams, as we don't know exactly which forking each of the teams have.
Yes.
And Estonia, a good race from Daisy Kudresnider, here handing over to Mattis Jaama, and only 14 seconds behind Sweden's first team, 27 seconds up to the silver medal and Sweden's second team.
And that's where the bronze medal is going at the moment, and the difference between Estonia and Finland is going to be a little less than 20 seconds.
18 seconds according to this, but the difference up to the leader Norway still the same, about a minute.
Yes.
And where would we have then Switzerland and Italy that were far up, or still in the last exchange? We are waiting for Switzerland's Eliane Deininger and for Italy's Stefania Corradini, but we are following the leaders. Norway, Sweden and Estonia are the ones fighting for the victory here, mainly now in the sprint relay, and the last leg on its way.
And now Kotro has only one tactics, to ski the back of Mattis Jaama. Also the same for Jaama, only to ski the back of the whichever Swedish guys skiing first.
Linus Rapp's dot stopped in a bad place. The first team, Rasmus Wikbom, seemed to pass him many times there already. Fast skiing, fast control taking by Jørgen Backlid, Norway, leading the World Championships sprint relay on the last leg. You're following it live.
And the teams are not so far from each other because they almost can see each other if they want to. And now Sweden 2 is far ahead. They have this forking that is the most far away, so to say.
And Linus Rapp took his control already. Jørgen passing his there. At the next control, which will be the same for everyone, Linus Rapp is ahead of Jørgen Backlid. We are following Backlid. Can you see Linus ahead of him? Can Jørgen see him ahead of him?
Yeah, and so the situation has changed in this forking. So, but after this control, there is one more forked control, and after that, the ending will be the same for all of them.
Oh, what a strong skiing from Jørgen Backlid at the moment. But Linus Rapp is leading the competition. Sweden's second team here, Linus. Oh,
Sweden and Norway will decide the victory of today.
4 seconds behind. What a good skiing here from Jørgen. He was more than the 4 seconds behind at the last control.
And here teams from the previous leg, and now Sweden 1 arriving. Yes, Rasmus Wikbom here, arriving to the TV control and already 27 seconds behind. Looks like not a medal today for Sweden 1.
But instead, Estonia is going fast. And Mattis Jaama, the difference about the same as it was at the changeover.
Yes.
Finland was about a minute behind at the changeover. We don't know how far they are right now.
Now he should be coming 15 seconds now. It is going to be very difficult for Kotra to gain this difference. It's 20 seconds behind Estonia, 20 seconds to the bronze medal at the moment.
But the gold, where will the gold go? We're waiting for... There's Backlid, and where will you have Linus? Linus is right behind him. So Sweden now have been passed, and Norway is leading the competition. Jørgen Backlid here.
Now there is no forking anymore.
And they should know that. They ought to know that.
Yes, I think they do. But there is a route choice. There is a route choice to the last control, and it seems that Backlid is taking it straight. It can also be taken from the right and to come to the sixth control from behind. It's not bad, but it's a bit longer, but you can use the speed that you gain from the bridge a little bit better by taking the right route choice.
Sweden's first team passed, here passing also Estonia and Finland, Kotra. It's not 20 seconds anymore. Kotra knows this is the bronze medal. So is it Estonia or Finland for bronze? Is it Norway or is it Sweden and Linus Rapp for the gold?
It's something between 7 and 10 seconds between Finland and Estonia at the moment.
And the same between Norway and Sweden for the gold medal right now. So Jørgen Backlid heading to the second to the last control. He looks back, looks where Sweden is. No Sweden to be seen yet. He can be certain about being a world champion for the second time during these competitions. There we see Sweden's second team, Linus Rapp, and a good pace for him, but not good enough. We are seeing already here on the last stretch of the leg, Jørgen getting the Norwegian flag.
Fight for the bronze is going to be very tight. Kotra is just now coming to the back of Mattis Jaama. They are right behind each other.
Norway, the world champion. Sweden is finishing here with the second team. Norway with Jörgen Backlid and Anna Ulvensöen. Sweden will be second with Magdalena Olsson and Linus Rapp. In here between we have Sweden's second team, but what is the bronze medal then? Is it Estonia or is it Finland? We still have all the spectators are coming down to the line here to see what's happening. Sweden's first team out on the last stretch. Estonia and Finland, it is a gap of about 10 meters though.
Estonia takes the bronze, yes.
Mattis Jaama knows what he's doing and he can look back and he can relax. He takes the bronze medal because Sweden's first team is not counted in this competition, only one team per country. So with 2 seconds, Mattis Jaama beats Finland's first team and the bronze medal for Estonia. Norway's Jörgen Backlid was strong all the way to the finish line and he could keep all the Swedes behind him. Linus Rapp was in Sweden's second team, stronger than the first team, and he could then here bring Sweden to a silver medal. And Estonia with Daisy Kudra-Schnieder and Mattis Jaama, they did a very good race all the way through it, and they kept Finland behind them for a bronze medal also.
Yeah, somehow history has shown that this sprint relay suits Norway and Sweden very well. They somehow seem to manage to create stable races, 6 legs and no mistakes, no hesitations, just calm orienteering, but still fast skiing.
Right. So into a 5th place we have Finland's second team, Sonja Mörsky and Ville-Petteri Saarela, and in 6th place that's finishing Switzerland, but
here are the world champions sitting on the throne together.
And the ice sculptures that you can see is something that Kemi is very famous for. There's this big snow castle in Kemi that's been built all the way from 1996, and the snow castle also this year is a big tourist attraction in Kemi. So these leader seats, or now today the winner seats, is kind of a symbol also for Kemi and Kemi-Keminmaa. A lot of ice and snow and happy winners. Oh, please, Jörgen, take your map a little bit down.
We would like to see how did you navigate?
Anna has to stretch her neck so much.
Yeah.
But happy Anna Ulvensöen and Jörgen Backlid here, the Norwegian team winning the World Championships.
And yesterday's world champion Stanimir Belamachev taking the Bulgarian team now to the finish on 9th place.
Or 6th if we count away the second teams.
Yes, of course.
And Jan Schnieder was Switzerland's second team. And in 7th place, or 11th in this competition, but without the second teams, a 7th place for Petr Horvat and Petra Fiala.
Ja tässä kaksinkertainen
Czech Republic.
Maailmanmestari on.
And Francesco Corradini, also he of course as his sister from Val di Fiemme, where the Winter Olympics will be held in 2026.
And it seems that not yet will we see ski orienteering in those Winter Olympics. Maybe someday.
Saa kartan napata telineeseen.
Ja in 4 years,
kohta mentiin ennen. Saa kartan napata telineeseen. Ja kohta mennään. Ja kun 22 joukkuetta lähtee, niin tuossa alussa varmasti on tärkeää, että sitten pyrkiä välttämään haavereita.
Juuri näin. Tässä on kyllä hyvin tilaa nyt, että on leveä ja lähdetään tuonne stadionilta. Jonkun verran kapenee tuohon sillan alitukseen, mutta siinä tuonne stadionilta jonkun verran kapenee tuohon sillan alitukseen, mutta siinäkin mahtia ennen saa kartan napata telineeseen. Ja toki semmoinen niinku tolkku, mutta käytännössä niin tämä on kyllä semmoinen niinku flat out.
A good race from Linus and Magdalena in the second team. the first team with Linda Lindqvist and Rasmus Wickholm just a couple of seconds behind them, but it is the second team that will count as Sweden's official team.
And now we get to see the interview of the winner.
Sprint relay winners, Norway, Anna Ulvensson and Jörgen Pack lead here. And then, very first feelings after the victory.
So happy. It was so amazing to ski with Jörgen today, and I feel very, very happy.
And Jörgen?
Yeah, it felt really good both physically and technically, and it was very fun out there, so I enjoyed myself.
Okay, if going back to the race, how was your own legs? Any special from the competition?
I felt very strong physically today, so that was very fun. And I took a little bit bad route choice on the first leg, so I was a little bit behind, but I could ski with the others. And on the last leg, I fell 2 times, and the last time I broke my ski, so that was a little bit worrying. But it was very fun courses and a good feeling.
Okay, we can see that also from the TV production, so you can get back to that. How about Jörgen? Especially on the last leg, there were quite nice forkings. The leading position was alternating between you and Sweden. How did you felt that?
Yeah, when I picked up the map on the last loop, I did see that I maybe could have a long forking at the start, but then halfway I did see Linus's back and I caught up with him, and then I had a shorter forking again. So yeah, on the last loop I just tried to stay focused on my map and keep him behind, and I'm very happy that I could do that.
Okay, thanks. Hey, congratulations for both of you. Great race.
Thank you.
So, thus we have completed the 4 different championships and 4 different races here at Kemi-Keminmaa, with the sprint, the pursuit, the middle and the sprint relay. And this is what happened today in the sprint relay.
In the last loop, and as we heard, Norway had a longer forking here in the beginning, and Norway didn't take the advantage of the shortcuts that we saw Matti Jaama doing on the previous leg. But anyway, well executed, and it comes down to being a little bit behind Sweden in the TV control, but like Jörgen said, there was this fastest forking here in the end, because the control here, it's so much smoother to ski on this wide track downhill all the way, and that was actually where the order of the teams in the finish was decided. It is very difficult to make differences here on this last loop.
And there's 10 seconds between Estonia and Finland here. We can see from the tail getting closer and closer.
Closer, yes, all the time. But Matti Jaama had spared some strength here, and he could just push hard enough to start gaining some seconds again. And the race was a little bit too long for the Finnish team.
Or a little bit short for the Finnish team.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Depends on who you're cheering at.
Yeah. the final straight was a little bit too short for the Finnish team.
Right. So here we have the last leg and the finish with the Norway, Sweden's second team, and Estonia being the 3 teams up on the podium for the medals today. Sweden's first team, Rasmus Wickholm, then lost on the last leg. He was a little bit behind Sweden's second team at the changeover, but lost more on the last leg, and Linus Rapp together with Magdalena Olsson are the ones from Sweden that will take the medals, as only 1 team from each country is counted in. 22 teams started in the relay.
On the first place, Estonia, Neiti Pudra-Schneider, Mattis Jaama.
So the flowering ceremony of the sprint relay. Third place, Estonia, Daisy Kudre, Mattis Jaama.
And the two snowballs, the happy dolls, are also a symbol of Kemi and the snow castle. Today's theme, or this year's theme, is happiness and circus at the snow castle in Kemi.
Silver, second team, Sweden, Linus Rapp and Magdalena Olsson.
Oh, they are happy, so happy to see.
And the world champion, Norway. Anna Ulvensson and Jörgen Paklid.
So Jörgen Paklid took 2 gold medals in these competitions. Anna Ulvensson 1 gold and 1 bronze medal. Anna was also 3rd in the pursuit.
Yes, and in the Swedish team, Linus Rapp took his first medal of these competitions now today, and Magdalena Olsson was on the silver medal shared with Salla Koskela in the sprint. And Daisy Kudre-Schneider, 2 times world champion this week, 4 times world champion overall. Impressive.
And now 1 bronze medal to that also. Yes. And Mattis Jaama, he took his first medal in these competitions.
Yes.
So this is shortly what happened in the competition. The ladies started.
And so happy faces from Estonian bronze medalists.
Linus Rapp.
And the decisive moments. So close yet so far, but happy for the silver medal. Norwegian team. Jörgen Paklid actually quite overpowering on the skiing tracks today.
And Anna Ulvensson, as we heard and we saw, that she made some smaller mistakes, but no big thing for her at all. She was skiing very well today.
So, here it goes. This is the end of the World Ski Orienteering Championships 2022 in Finland, in Kemi-Keminmaa. And also for at least most of the athletes, this will be the end of the season. So there are no more ski orienteering competitions, no international events, maybe some national competitions in the Nordic countries somewhere, but at least in Finland, I think the calendar is empty.
Right after this sprint relay, we'll have the relays in the Junior World Championships and in the European Youth Championships. But this is what has happened in the week. We started with sprint on Tuesday, and in the sprint competition we had Ville-Petteri Saarela winning the World Championship, just ahead of Tuomas Kotro from Finland and Rasmus Wikbom. But Ville-Petteri Saarela is the world champion in sprint this year.
On his home ground. He has grown up here in Kemi-Keminmaa area.
And has been looking forward so much to this.
Yes. emotional moment for him to take the title in his home ground.
In the ladies competition, Magdalena Olsson did a very good race, lost 1 second to Daisy Kudre-Schnieder. And also Salla Koskela was so close to the gold medal, a tied second place together with Magdalena Olsson, but the world champion, that was Salla's happy expressions after she had finished and tied together with Magdalena Olsson. But the winner, Daisy Kudre-Schnieder, with 1 second ahead of Koskela and Olsson, is the world champion in 2022 in the sprint distance. 2 world championships in Estonia last year, and the first one for Daisy here on Tuesday.
Rarely have we seen this tight sprint competitions that we saw here in Keminmaa.
And the Estonian team hasn't had any really good ski orienteers since Maret Vahar. Then we went to the pursuit on Wednesday, and Jörgen Backlid was the one that was keeping up the pace all the time, and Jörgen Backlid is the world champion in pursuit, with Tuomas Kotro in second place and Nicola Müller in third place. And in the ladies competition, we had Anna Ulvensöen and Salla Koskela and Linda Lindqvist very close to each other, but in the end, because of a smaller mistakes by the leading group, then Linda Lindqvist could win the world championship.
And actually quite many huge mistakes, especially in the ladies competition.
It was so interesting and so fun for us to watch it. I might believe it wasn't all that fun for the competitors when they were making mistakes.
Yeah.
But for the spectators and for the viewers here, it was so fun. And a happy Linda Lindqvist then finishing first in the pursuit for the ladies.
Then in the middle distance, again, technical orienteering, and Daisy Kudre-Schnieder's focus was the best.
And she won with over a minute ahead of Linda Lindqvist and Evelina Wickbom. And also here there were 4 Swedish girls that were able to be medalists, but Linda Lindqvist and Evelina Wickbom were strong all the way to the end.
And perhaps the most interesting fight was that between Stanimir Belomachev and Rasmus Wickbom in the men's competition, where one small shortcut was the decisive.
And 2 seconds ahead. Wow.
And Stanimir Belomachev was so happy and emotional about his victory.
That was, in short, the week that we have been showing you and giving you from Finland, from Kemi-Keminmaa and Kemi.
Goodbye.